Be in a place you're not supposed to be. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there. If you're not subscribed, subscribe anyway. Don't cost you nothing. William in here, 1799. This video is for pretty much the open public. Now, this is interesting. When officers, let's say law enforcement, most of all law enforcement, before they go on the road, they're briefed for whatever scenario they could run into. Any problems or anything like that, who to look for, And then you have the military, which are also briefed before they go out in the field. The Marines are briefed before they go out in the field. The Navy is briefed before they go into action. The Air Force is briefed. Special Forces are briefed. The FBI is briefed. CIA is briefed. Border Patrol is briefed. Secret Service is briefed. But I'm focusing on immigration. They too are briefed. Now, when these protesters and these organizers set these protesters out there to greet immigration agents, for no apparent reason, because they're aiding and abetting federal agents, federal law enforcement, which is actually a violation of the law. Plain and simple. Now, a lot of these so-called peaceful protesters will run around, they want to get pictures, cameras for YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff, right? X, because they want to be the next hot thing on the internet. Okay. But I'm focusing on immigration. These people put their life on the line big time. Because when they're briefed, okay, they're going after some pretty dangerous people. Terrorists, drug dealers, murderers, rapists, you name it. They're putting their lives on the line. These paid protesters, by these protester organizers who sent them the hell out there to interfere in ICE operations, are aiding and abetting criminals. Guarantee you, Antifa will be out there too. Now, this is where this is kind of funky. Here's this gentleman here, Alex Peretti, who is a special needs nurse, I guess. He goes out to this protest carrying a firearm. Why in the hell he would do that is beyond me. You want to carry a firearm because your constitutional right says so. Malls, stores, restaurants, special events, motorcycle events, car shows, boat shows, parades, football games, walks in the parks, that sort of thing, right? Now, federal and state government buildings are different because they have their own security areas. You don't need to carry a firearm there, and law enforcement officers. So you don't need to carry a firearm there. Why would he carry it to a protest with federal agents? That makes no sense. And no one knows what this guy's thinking anyway. But see, immigration agents, just like all the other agencies, are all briefed. Now, without all the heavy violence that's been brought on by the politicians on the left, Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all the rest of these organizations, and including their constituents, big money backers, suppliers, and their organizers, to get right in ICE's face. Now, like I said, ICE is briefed. They're briefed on the people they're going after, because they got a list in their hand from the courts itself. They don't know if these guys are armed or dangerous. They know they're dangerous, but they don't know if they're armed or not. So that's something you got to look into. Then they got to worry about the protesters that will probably be out there, because then they got rocks, they got spray cans, they have water, they have fireworks incendiaries, they have physical altercations, things like that, and other weapons, or a knife that can harm federal agents. Okay. Cut and dry, right? Right. Things start rolling, start heating up. There's chaos in the midst of all this. And these so-called peaceful protesters are getting extremely arrogant, antagonizing. And then next thing you know, there's an altercation here and there. Rocks may be thrown. You don't know what's going on. You are got your eyes watching all over the place. Ears are wide open. Your heart's pumping. Adrenaline's moving. Your colleagues on both sides are trying to protect everybody. There's all kinds of things going on. Now, this immigration agent, ICE officer, runs in this ex-Bertetti. Now, so there's cameras all over the place. There's cameras above, cameras on the sides, shoulders, kneecap areas. There's cameras all over the place, cameras between the legs. I mean, we got cameras all over the place. They see what happens to Alex. They got the cameras rolling on him. All of a sudden, shots are fired. That ICE officer is mean. He's a murderer. He's like the rest of the Nazis. The whole bullshit line. But this is where everybody misses this thing. Oh, they got all the angles of how he shot this guy, how he did this, how he's abusive. The whole 9 yards goes on. But they missed the important part of this mess. Nobody is in that man's shoes. Nobody. Nobody's in that uniform but him. Nobody's in that brain set but him. Now, with all this chaos going on around him, worried about being attacked, I would say, being attacked or being jumped on, worried about other officers around. Everything is just going all over the place. he sees Alex doing something he shouldn't be doing, he reacts quickly. Unfortunately, Alex winds up dead. Now, is the ICE officer wrong? No, he's not. Alex being out there should not have been out there in the first place, like the rest of these protesters. Period. They're all aiding and abetting. So unfortunately, Alex lost his life, but he's not supposed to be out there, not even with a firearm. Now, we can boo-hoo, scream this up and down, and got camera angles, but the important part is you're not in that person's shoes. You're not in the midst of what's going on all around you. Nobody is, but those agents are. Bad enough they're being demonized by the Democrats, by Antifa, by these damn protest organizers, and big money are involved in this mess. And now to get the public to demonize them as well. But that officer had no choice but to do what he had to do. To protect himself and anyone else around him and other agents. It's unfortunate that he was shot. But unless you're in that man's shoes, unless you're in that position, you don't have time to react. Because you don't know what can happen. Is that agent wrong? No. The people who are wrong are the protest organizers, Antifa, the protesters themselves, and the Democrat Party. They've been instigating this stuff for a while, antagonizing violence, and it's gone too far over the board. Oh yes, the governor of Minnesota can sit there and jump up and down and say, oh, 2 more people, we need to do something. How many more lives are lost before we do something? Yeah. Well, that agent did what he had to do. But you want to talk about Americans losing their lives? Okay. Hey, Tim Walz, how about you, governor of that state, AG, and all the rest of you in that state? How about the 500,000 who lost their lives to these people you're protecting? How about their lives? You want to hold Ray Good and Alex Patetti as heroes, then what about those people back there? How about the women and children? You should think about it for a minute. Don't they count? They were killed by the same people you're protecting, that these blue states protect. I know they're gold to you in these blue states because they, well, monetary, politically, they're worth a lot to you to get reelected in midterms. I guess the 500,000 out here and more have no monetary or political value to you, or to your party, or to the entire Democrat Party. Yeah. That agent wasn't wrong. He did what he had to do. So then, protect yourselves. Don't be afraid to defend yourself. And it's a shame, but he had to do what he had to do. That's it. He shouldn't have been there in the first place. You take care.